Arsenal Fan TV here at the Emirates Stadium and waiting for a big signing to happen, but nothing's happening, Mo.
This window, thankfully, has been done properly. You know, I remember our last game was Villa, and the first time I spoke to you was Villa, and on that game I said that, you know, this transfer window, it opens and closes arbitrarily. You know, there's no logic to it. And finally, Arsenal, this window, we haven't waited. There's no reason to wait.
It's boring though. Look at this, man. There's no one here, man. I like when there's loads of people down here. And
listen,
like, you know, in the summer, they all had their phones out. What's going on?
I'll tell you, look.
It's airy down here.
Today's a relevant day for Arsenal, and so's the weekend. And I'll take boring Arsenal on both of these days. No action today. 1 goal against Tottenham. Boring Arsenal, and I'm very, very happy. I don't want that excitement anymore.
Do you think that we needed to add anything extra? I mean, we brought in Gabriel, so we filled in that defensive position. Let a couple of players go out, like Podolski and that. Do you think there was anybody we needed to buy today? What would you have done if you was in their position?
You know, for me, look, you know, I don't think the need is as great as what it has been previously, but I do think that we do need to strengthen because we're not the best team in the land. And for me, it's as simple as that.
So where would you strengthen? I
really want a world-class striker. You know, for me, I think Coquelin has really impressed in a few games that he's played, and he's done it against Man City. He's done it in a big game, and I mean, against Villa, he was so accomplished. I said it on the day as well. But I would still say that he should be learning from a world-class central defensive midfielder. In a way, I kind of hate to say it because I don't want to say that he should come out of the team. But I think to win everything that you want to win, you have to have a ruthless attitude in football. You can't be nice and expect to win Champions Leagues. And I think Arsenal are guilty of that, to be honest with you. We are a bit too loyal at times, we're a bit too nice. Like giving Arteta another year on his contract and stuff. We know his time's up. You have to sometimes be a bit ruthless. And I think with Coquelin, he should be learning from a world-class central defensive midfielder and rotating with him. So for me, I still say we need a world-class CDM, we need a world-class striker. And then I really think that we can cut it with anyone out there.
Striker in mind that you'd bring in?
Do you know what? I'd really like to bring in Daniel Sturridge. I really think...
You just said world-class, though.
I think
he's not world-class, come on.
I think he's bordering on it. Because what does he not do that you want a striker to do? He's a superb striker. And listen, let's be honest.
But you'd say he's I mean, you said a world-class striker.
I really think Daniel Sturridge is bordering on it. And I think with the service that we can provide him here, he could hit world-class levels. Because look... I dropped my glasses. But anyway, look, if his name was Sturridge... I
think you're shaking because you said Daniel Sturridge is a world striker.
Listen, if with people like Ozil and Cazorla serving him, I think he would be getting 30 goals a year. And if you're getting 30 goals a year, you're in that world-class bracket. The reason why we struggle to stay out and out he's world-class is because he's English and his name's Sturridge. I've said it to you many times. If his name was Sturridginho, we'd be like, oh yeah, world-class, Brazilian, South American. It'd be very easy to say. We'd be so flippant about it. But it becomes very hard for us to say it about English players. I think he's England's top striker. You know, for me in the internationals, I'll be putting him ahead of Rooney. He is England's best striker. I'd love to have him here. But, you know, also I think Suarez is very unsettled at Barcelona. It's just not happening for him there. You know, he's not fully appreciated. The goals haven't been coming for him. He's missed a few easy chances. If we can get him, that obviously won't be anytime soon, but summer at the very earliest. If we could get him, that would be good. But in all honesty, I regard myself as a purist when it comes to football. I don't want strikers that dive. I don't want strikers that stamp on people, all of that sort of stuff, and bite them. So I don't really... You know, I don't really warm to him as a person, but I do recognise his talent. And if he came here and cleaned up his act, I'd happily have him. But, you know, for me, I think Daniel Sturridge will have to push on in his career. And no disrespect to Liverpool, but if you're not getting Champions League football, someone like him needs it. And I could see him in this team, slotting him perfectly. I think, basically... in terms of Welbeck and Sturridge, in a way they're very similar. But the one thing that really sets them apart is Sturridge is ruthlessly clinical and Welbeck isn't. And that's, for me, that would be a swap. Not a swap as in straight swap, but, you know, if we could get rid of Welbeck and get Sturridge, and I think that we'd be hitting bigger heights.
We do need a top level, top class striker. I do agree. And as much as I enjoyed Coquelin yesterday, I agree. As much as I enjoyed watching him, and I think he's going to have a dip. And I think he has to have a world-class central defensive midfield player in as well.